Mortal Kombat fans, we have a historic day in the MK world as we have just received news that our beloved Toasty guy, one of the original team members from Mortal Kombat, has retired. This is a big day. Without further ado, welcome into today's video. Thank you for clicking on it. Let's go ahead and jump into it and discuss the departure of Dan Toasty Forden from NetherRealm Studios. I want to take you back to 1992 when a team of 4 people brought us Mortal Kombat the arcade game. Ed Boon, John Tobias, Dan Forden, and John Vogel. We just received word yesterday that Dan Forden has stepped down from NetherRealm Studios after working in the industry for 37 years. That is an incredible run. And you can see in this original photo right here, you have Ed Boon, John Tobias, Dan Forden, and John Vogel. Now, John Tobias was the first to leave the team. Dan Toasty Forden has now stepped down. That leaves us with Ed Boon and John Vogel. Those are the original team members that are still there. John Vogel's still there as a cinematic director, lead designer. He's worked on story mode direction and cutscenes all the way up through MK1 2023. Of course, Ed Boon, the co-creator of Mortal Kombat, still the creative director at NRS and the face of the franchise. We started out with 4. We're down to 2. Let's take a look at the news that we got, though. And here we have the news from Dan Forden himself. Wednesday was my last day at NetherRealm. We made a lot of fun stuff over the years. I'm really proud of what we accomplished as well as how much fun we had making that stuff. There are so many smart, talented people there. Look for more great things to emerge over the next several years. I love the little touches that people left around the studio, like this little Toasty homage on the bathroom mirror. I wouldn't have lasted 37 years in the industry if fans weren't out there playing the games we made. Thank you to all of you for supporting what we've done. Long live and Toasty. And that is Dan's swan song from NetherRealm Studios. Starting with a team of 4, we are now down to 2. We still have John Vogel and Ed Boon on the team. So a big thank you to Dan Toasty Forden for all the contributions over the years, helping make Mortal Kombat and the Mortal Kombat Legacy exactly what it is today. And to be totally honest, with the Legacy Kollection coming out very, very soon, you know, you get to see all your life's, Dan gets to see a lot of his life's work come back for modern audiences to enjoy. I think yesterday was Dan's birthday. I could be mistaken on that, but you know, well-deserved. 37 years of contributions, absolutely tremendous. Let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think we see the Toasty guy return in a future Mortal Kombat game? The little icon pop up? Mortal Kombat 9 actually had a really cool competitive mechanic in it called the Toasty Boost, where if you're playing Mortal Kombat 9 and you would have a moment where the Toasty icon was triggered, you could put in a special code for your character and get what was called a Toasty Boost, which would fill your meter completely. Now, I wish we had that on MK1. I think that would dynamically change the gameplay a lot. I would like to see that return in a future Mortal Kombat one day. But let me know your thoughts down below. What do you think about Dan stepping down? Who do you think might step up and fill in as the audio director at NetherRealm Studios? Big shoes to fill. I know that. Huge, huge shoes to fill. Once again, Dan Forden, thank you for 37 amazing years with Mortal Kombat, putting out amazing, amazing stuff that just helped us build so many great memories along the way. And that's all I got for you today, but I had to make a video as this is truly the end of an era. We started out with a 4-person team in 1992, then we got Mortal Kombat 2 Arcade in 1993. Many of our fans of MK remember the beautiful portal stage where if you got the uppercut on your opponent, you'd see the Toasty guy pop out and hear, Toasty! You hit down and start, you get the elusive fight with smoke, and you know, Mortal Kombat 9 had the Toasty Boost. I'd love to see that come back in a future game. Maybe it will one day. Regardless of Dan Forden retiring, I hope they keep the legacy of Toasty alive, bringing it back whenever they get an opportunity. It's been a staple of MK for many, many, many years. And like I said, it's the end of an era. Once again, we are now halfway through the original team being retired. Started out with Ed Boon, John Tobias, Dan Forden, John Vogel. John Tobias left. Now Dan Forden's stepping down. We got Ed Boon. We got John Vogel left. Huge shoes to be filled for whoever's taking the place of Dan Forden. 37 years in the industry. Huge accomplishment. Big thank you to Dan for everything he's done in the industry. Thank you for all the work that he put out that led to us having great memories of Mortal Kombat. With the Legacy Collection around the corner, Dan gets to see a lot of his work brought back to the forefront. I'm sure that's very exciting. There's no other better time to go out than that, you know. You get to see your original classics that you worked on thrust into the forefront once again. Beautiful time. What a great career to be very proud of. I want to hear all your thoughts down below. Thank you for checking out today's video. If you enjoyed, hit that thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, otherwise you might not be able to find the channel in the future. I'm just an old arcade head locked in for life. I had to make this video quick just to cover this because this was huge to me. You know, this is part of our childhood going away, in a way, you know. Just one more part of the childhood that slowly is fading away. And I did look online. Is there anybody that potentially could be in line to take Dan Forden's place? ChatGPT said they couldn't find anything. So obviously that's just a random tool out there. But hey, you never know. Get those applications ready. Maybe you could be the next Dan Toasty Forden for NetherRealm Studios. But appreciate you checking out today's video. Let me know all your thoughts down below. Do you have any favorite memories of the Toasty guy? Let me know. How many of you actually fought Smoke back in the day by using the down, by uppercutting your opponent, getting the Toasty guy to pop out, hitting down and start on the arcade cab and getting to fight with Smoke? Many fans will get to do that for the first time in the MK Legacy Collection soon. But much love, my friends. I'm going to wrap up right there. I look forward to reading your comments. I'm going to read each and every one of them. GG's, take care, stay safe, but I will see you as always, my friends, on the next Mortal Kombat video. Headlocked out. Peace.